smart decision to just hold us until the tide turns. When the tide turns, the sailing breeze will diminish. I'd say we get one really good race this afternoon. Fingers crossed we can pull a rabbit out of a hat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. AP is removed.
Yeah, unfortunately we have a 2, 3, 4 and then a BFG, which not so good. Yeah, we need to sail well today and we can be in the mix.
10 seconds to the start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Line clear. Line clear.
Yeah, well, it's pretty close. I mean, there's a drop coming into the point, so we're currently tied with Laurie Smith and his team for the lead. So we've really got to keep our eyes closely on those guys and see what they do and try and get ahead of them. Really enjoying it and looking a lot through the tide book every day and learning lots.
65–70% of the fleet felt that the left-hand side of the course would be favoured. Puts an onus on starting at the pin and getting to the left. A couple of people executed that very well and they were race-winning starts. The setup is all about having the boat balanced. As the great Vince Brun taught us when we were kids, when the puff hits the boat, if the boat doesn't accelerate, you need to change something. Apply simple principles. You know, it's nice to sail a boat with an overlapping jib. All the modern boats have non-overlappers, so the tacking in terms of a technical discipline is rewarded. The boats are a little underpowered. They go through then their sweet spot, probably 12 to 14 knots, and then suddenly they're overpowered. So the ability to change the rig and your sail setup to maintain enough power and then be depowering at the right rate is critical. And then I would say the thing for the helmsman is minimal movement on the helm. You know, it's a rudder on the back of a long keel. Set the boat up, try and use the helm as little as possible, and be as sympathetic with your steering as you can be. I think the tide, when it's going one way or the other, is relatively easy. I think the biggest time that you need to make bold decisions is when it's transitional.
On Alfie, and we used sails straight off the shelf. We used our A14 mainsail, which is a little flatter than the A7 that we also offer, and that proved pretty good in this. You know, it's been predominantly a windy regatta. Most of the top teams this year have been using that sail to great success all year. And then the V6M and V6H, medium and heavy Genoas. We both got some use this week. Nice big crossover between the two sails. You know, they've been really great for us. And then we use our R5 spinnaker, which again most of the top teams here are using. Laurie commented, you know, on one of the training days that, you know, spinnaker looked great straight out the bag. So I've been pretty happy with that sail for a couple of years now. So yeah, we just had one race today. Very strong winds this morning, and east-going tide made it pretty unsaleable first thing in the morning, but when the tide switched, that calmed the seas down a little bit, and breeze moderated a touch. So we got one race in this afternoon, which was a nice race. The situation meant that the title was between ourselves and Peter Gilmore. So unsurprisingly, we started pretty close to each other, but we managed to get the better of the starts. But Gilly and his team on Y-Red, they came into us on both the runs. In the end, it was really close, and I think there was maybe only 2 to 3 boat lengths in it at the finish line after a 2-hour race. So yeah, pretty exciting, tough race, but glad to come out on top.